Hello YouTube family, and it's Kiera here, and I'm back at you with another video. I have a lot to talk about, so stay tuned. We're gonna jump right into this video, so watch. Okay, YouTube fam, so it's Kiera here, and I have a lot to talk about here. Got to excuse my look. I'm thugging right now. What we call it? Thug life, thug life. Yeah, so basically, I'm gonna give you guys a quick update on what's going on with me and the fam, and yeah, and how we've been doing. So I'm just gonna jump right into everything and just lay everything out on the table. You might see me move my hands a lot because right now I'm not in the right place where I want to be in life. I've had made some mistakes, and I'm gonna talk about that in this video. So, to start off with, me and Kaden moved out of our hometown, Milwaukee, into a different city in Wisconsin, but about 45 to an hour away. And so we did this probably back in August, and we moved here. We moved into we got our own apartment, and yeah, we were at a shelter with quite a few women, and I befriended this girl. I knew her. I didn't know her from anywhere else, but just at that place, and we kind of got close over time. Well, I kind of took her under my wing as I felt bad for the woman more than anything, and she just seemed like she didn't, have life figured out, and so I tried to, guide her in the right direction, and so, I take her out and buy her son things. Both of our sons are the same age. We were the same age, and yeah, she was a cool girl in there, I guess, but I'm a pretty quiet and reserved person, so I didn't really, it was more of I felt bad for her more than anything. So anyways, so I take the girl out. I'm gonna call her the girl because I can't say any names. I'm gonna call her the girl. I take the girl out. I buy her son things. I buy her things. I bought her iPhone and all kinds of stuff, and food and all kinds of things for her son, and toys and clothes and stuff like that. And so I eventually, get on my shit. Excuse me, I'm gonna just keep it real. I eventually get on my shit in there, and I didn't come there to play. I wasn't finna be staying in no shelter with my 5-year-old. And the reason we moved to Kenosha to move into the shelter was for, because me and my husband, we were going through a breakup again, and I moved out of the house. But at the time when I moved out, I didn't have no job, no resources, so I called Kenosha and we got some help. And as soon as I got here, I hit the ground running and found myself a job. As I was saying, like, when I got in that place, I didn't have time to play, really didn't have time to make friends, but like I said, I felt bad for the girl. Anyways, uh-oh, my phone's dying, but I'm gonna finish this video if I got to sit on the charger. So yeah, I end up eventually getting a job, working at the uh-oh, my TV, working at a Family Dollar here, and I was doing pretty good for myself. I got myself an apartment. Me and hubby, we worked it out. He moved back in with us, and yeah, everything was cool. And when I left, she was still in the shelter trying to get herself together. So I would invite her over, and my hubby was like, you know what? I don't like her. I don't like her vibe. But I'm like, babe, just, it's cool. Trying to be nice. And I don't really have girlfriends at that. So I wasn't even the type of woman to hang out with no woman, or even have a woman around my man or my kid. But anyways, so she eventually gets on her she eventually gets on her shit, and she gets her some kind of public housing. I think it was Section 8 or something. And I invited her over a few times over my house, and we were being adults, having a couple drinks, and after the kids went to bed. And so I went over her house, and then after this totally ruined my life for even befriending this girl. So I went over her house, and we okay, wait, back up. So back up. I take this girl to Shopko, and she claimed her son didn't have a winter coat, and the winter was just breaking. She claimed her son didn't have a winter coat or gloves or hats. And so we go to Shopko, and I'm going to own up to everything I did wrong, and I'm paying for it to this day. We went to Shopko, and she put some stuff in my son's stroller, and I didn't know about it, and I started pushing the car out of the store, and LP caught us, and I stopped. She didn't stop. She kept going, and I gave everything back, and they were like, well, since your friend has left or fled the scene, we're going to have to charge you with everything. And I'm like, so this was her stuff to begin with. Although we were both wrong for even going in the place, but it was her stuff to begin with. And she didn't get no kind of ticket. She didn't get charged with anything. Anyways, to make a long story short, I got charged with retail theft. Completely ruined my life. I got that covered. I went to court and, dealt with that. Complete mistake. We're young and we make mistakes. It's not the type of person I am anyways. But I met this girl, and she was a complete bad influence over my life. Anyways, fast forward to this day, I go over her house, and we have some drinks. We put the kids to bed. We have some drinks. Me and my hubby, we're going through a breakup again. Yeah, we both get beyond lit. Like, we both were lit. And we were partying. We were having fun. And she just kind of flipped out and told me I had to leave. But to leave my son at her house. So I'm like, hell no. I'm not leaving my son. If I'm leaving, my son is coming with me. So we get into an altercation, and we get physical, and I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to leave with my son. So she calls the police, and because I was in her house, I was the aggressor. And once in custody, I flipped out because, I felt wrong. I felt like I was in the wrong regardless for even being at her house. But I felt like I was being treated unfair simply because I'm trying to leave this woman's house with my child, and she's calling the police on me, and she's preventing me from leaving with my child. So how am I wrong? But anyways, I flipped the fuck out in the police car, and once I get to the jail, because if you know me, I'm overprotective of my kid. I don't play games. I don't like people trying to come between me and my child. I don't like that, period. So, and I don't even know you, woman, to be even leaving my child over your house, for one. That shit is very bad. But anyways, I go to jail, and Caden is still at this woman's house, so I'm flipping the fuck out. And come to find out, she turned him in to the police, and he ended up going to foster care. I get released, didn't know anything about it, and I'm like, so where's my kid? And they were like, no. before I was released, I was calling him. I need to call somebody to go pick up my son. He's still at this woman's house. And nobody would tell me anything. So I get released, and then I end up going to court. Before they even let me go, I end up going to court, and they like, well, your son is in custody. In custody? What are you That don't even make sense. We had to take him into custody. He's in a foster home. Okay, well, bring my son back to me. Well, we can't do that. We have to now start an initial investigation. This is CPS, all in my business now. So we got to start an investigation. They come to my house. They see the house is fine. They see his room is fine. They see he's healthy. But what they used against me was my children passing. My daughter passed and my son passing. So now they're looking at me. This is a whole new town. Everything that happened was in Milwaukee. Had I been in Milwaukee, my son would have been returned back to me. Because I'm in a new town, they don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They used my children against me, saying, well, you lost 2 infants, and so now we want to do an investigation and keep your son in custody. So right now, my son was placed in 2 different foster homes. He moved from one foster home here in Kenosha to another one here in Kenosha, and then the 3rd time he moved with my baby's father's aunt, and that's where he's been since then. So at this moment, I'm going back and forth to court, and I'm gonna fight. Period. Regardless, I'm gonna fight, and I'm going back and forth to court. At this point, we're at the disposition hearing, whereas though now they want me to participate in some services because evidently I need someone to talk to, that I'm lonely, and I need to be on medication or something because of the way I acted when I went to jail. Okay, people, whatever the hell you talking about, okay. If that's what y'all need and that's what y'all want to see, I will do it. I will do anything I have to do to get my kid back where he belongs. So we've been going through this for the past 3 months. I haven't heard from the girl. I don't want to hear from the girl. I don't care what she got going on, how she doing, if she all right. I don't even care at this point. Only thing I care about is getting myself together and getting my son home as soon as possible. I ain't never ever in my life been away from my kid since the day he was born, and this is totally breaking my heart. Every time we have to do a visitation, we have to sit in a room with a woman as if I'm gonna hurt my son. My son was never neglected to begin with. Only thing I was in fault for was going to jail and not having nobody there to pick him up. Well, I did, but they didn't even give me that chance to call somebody to pick him up. Either way it goes, I'm fighting. I'm in this whole new city, and they don't know anything about me. And I'm admitting my wrongs for even being over at this woman's house, for even drinking and getting into a fight with this woman while my son was asleep. I'm totally wrong for that. Period. I own up to that. I take full responsibility for that. Take full responsibility for knowingly going into this place with this woman, knowing that she was about to steal. I take full responsibility for that. I'm paying for it, but now I'm like, okay, this is enough. This is going a little bit too far. It's been over 3 months, going on almost 4 months since my son has not been home, since I haven't been able to tuck my son in to sleep at night, feed him, cook for him, wash him up, do anything for him like I'm supposed to do as a mother. These people are, taking this too far. So I'm fighting. I'm going to court. Got a lawyer. I'm doing everything I got to do. Meetings,